Establishing battlefield control. Stand by.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, and welcome to the future. The future of Command & Conquer, if you will. This is an amazing little project that I've been talking about quite a while, and finally it's happening. We are here on Tournament Dust Bowl in Crystallized Doom, a third-party mod for OpenRA which looks fantastic. It has all custom sprites, all custom voiceovers, everything is custom and handmade, it's beautiful. And we are going to have Lucas spawning as our Cabal, and he's versing up against DasDuelon, weird German name, from as Nod. Now, first off, I want to say a few basic things about this mod. It's been in the makings for over 3 years. It's been switching around platforms from the Tiberian Sun engine to the OpenRA engine, which I really approve of. It's got all a custom soundtrack, which you can probably hear right now. It's pretty gorgeous. And yeah, let's talk about faction design. So the Cabal is kind of the steamroller faction. They are very straightforward in their approach. Nothing too special about them. Everything is cybernetic. By the way, the maps, also want to talk about the maps. These are still beta tester maps. These are not official maps. The official maps are obviously going to look gorgeous, and they are going to have height maps implemented, cliffs implemented, but all of that stuff right now just doesn't work in the TS engine of OpenRA yet. We're ahead of our time here. So Nod is a bit of a trickier faction because it's very much like Company of Heroes actually, where you select your doctrine. The difference to Company of Heroes is you can't do it on the fly. You have to pick a doctrine in the first seconds of the game. It's the first building. It's the first building option that you're gonna get. So Nod has 3 paths to go. They have propaganda, which relies on like cheap infantry, mass spamming, horde bonus, and whatnot. And also propaganda has a propaganda airship, which I really like. The second doctrine is industry, which relies more on heavy tanks, more on armor company, more of that. And the third faction, which seems to be locked in here, is the most interesting in my opinion. It's technology, which has some very intricate stuff. Mostly everything is stealth. Like they have so much stealth tech, they have so much that can like catch you off guard. Very fragile high damage dealers, like for example the Raider Trikes, or how are they called here? Keep still, goddammit. Well, we're going to find out in due time. And Lucas is going for the cyborg production plant. It's pretty brutal actually. They're like having those corpses here, harvesting them for materials and turning them into cyborgs. Oh yeah, also Cabal, I don't know if Lucas is going to produce one of those, but they have a cybernetic Jaguar instead of an attack dog, which is so goddamn awesome. Ooh, we have a attack bike. Okay, there we go. An attack bike rush for the DasDuelon. Probably trying to put some damage on the harvesters. And in the meantime, he is redeployed. Very smart strategy. Let's see how much damage. Ooh, there is a Saber Cut. Saber Cut is the basic base defense of Cabal. He could still poke from outside of range of the Saber Cut, but he probably just doesn't know it. Also, this game has multi-queue, which means if you get 2 cyborg production plants, if you get 2 cyborg production plants, you have double the production from both the cyborg plants, which is really awesome. It makes, if you have a good eco, it makes it way easier to mass up an army. Lucas has been grabbing up the oil derrick here, which is called a Tiberian drill station, and unlike in RA, they actually do a fair chunk of damage here. Yes, we're seeing the first elite cadre. Now, okay, also redeploying here, smart move. Now, elite cadre are the replacement that technology gets instead of the rookies. The other factions have rookies, which are really sucky, cheap, basic infantry. Technology Nod on the other hand has the elite cadre with their long-range, high-damage MGs. They can trade so well versus basically anything, but they're really expensive. I think 250 a piece. Oh, we also see the Raider buggies out. Really high damage, really light armor. And another aspect that we're probably not going to touch on this cast because this is not the map for it, but this has actually veterancy plays such a vital role here, and this has creep farming. Ooh, nice engagement. Getting all the husks, but has to pull back due to the saber cut. This Saboteur is trying to capture here, but probably ill-fated Saboteur, as the cannon husk or the regular husk is just going to take it out with the MG. Yep, 1 MG blast. So husks and cannon husks are the basic infantry of Cabal. Nothing too special about them except they're exceedingly slow. Oh, we're going to have some kind of base war, seeing as DasDuelon has also moved up instead of taking the left side. It's kind of surprised that no early game shenanigans were being happening, because that's kind of one of the trademarks, the hallmarks of Crystallized Doom. You can get so much done in the early game, especially creep farming. Now, what do I mean by that? It's like Warcraft 3, as we have the engagement here. Ooh, wow, Raider Trike's going down immediately. The Conyard of DasDuelon is in peril. Let's talk about this later. Yeah, we have elite cadres. They are really good, but they can't trade with so many. So I'm expecting a flame turret. Yeah, here's the flame turret coming out. And the husks are just melting away. We need the Mortal Kombat guy here to say, Toasty! Wait. Toasty! Yeah, that just about does the trick. Nice, just look at those custom animations. Pretty beautiful. We have another power core. Now, Cabal has their really expensive power plants. They give you 400 power. So they're really efficient in their own way, but they take a long time to build. So Cabal is very, very vulnerable to power snipes. Maybe we can see that here. Ooh, DasDuelon out of power. 2 flamer turrets versus a saber cut. I'm afraid, if I may say so myself, that the saber cut is just not gonna cut it. Yeah. The flamer turrets are doing so much AoE damage here. Beautiful to watch. More elite cadre coming out. Oh, this barracks is very ill-fated. Raider Trike as well. We need more turrets here. I hope this is going to be another flamer turret. Oh no, that's actually a laser turret. Pretty bad choice, but not as bad as it would be versus other factions, because cyborgs actually have their special cyborg armor, which makes them more resistant to gunfire, but less resistant to laser weapons and heavy weapons. Anything else? Ooh! Oh, before the Raider got sniped, Mr. Duelon actually managed to get out a Spectre. Now the Spectre is the artillery for Nod, and depending on what sub-faction you pick, the Spectre has different armaments. Technology Nod, I think, has a HE variety, which has like these really massive AoE high explosive rounds, but they can also be upgraded in the later stages of the game as you get a tech center. Yes, there are upgrades in this game, mind you. They can get upgraded with EMP rounds, I believe. So let's see how it fares here. It's been firing at the saber cut. So the HE variant of the Spectre is not good versus buildings at all. You see, as you can see here, as you might observe, more and more husks streaming in. Now, the reason why I picked this replay is because they told me they mostly stayed on basic tech, and I want to introduce this piece by piece. I want to introduce Crystallized Doom into my channel slowly. And I don't want you to be overwhelmed by what's going on and what's happening here. So, for starters, we're going to start it off with a light, nice appetizer. Oh, a Dreadfire! Mechanized Dreadfire Walker. Talk about fighting fire with fire. Let's see how it fares here. Getting off a burst. Yeah, and those do good damage to buildings. Huge mechs. Do a good chunk of damage here. Raider Trike's finally pushing forward. Still so many saber cuts coming out. The saber cuts are no match for flame turrets, because flame turrets actually also have a fairly decent damage versus buildings. Man, this is such an intense base fight here. Is there anything else happening? Not really, no. Still producing out of 2 cyborg plants. I don't know if his eco would support more. Don't believe so. The Spectre is starting to be a problem, I believe, because it can chip away at the infantry and get so much bleed done. Also the power core. I love those fire versus fire fights. It's like Yogi the Bear on steroids. Remember, kids? Don't fight fire with fire. Ooh, that was a pretty brutal splat there. The Spectre incidentally targeting some civilians. And you don't want to clump up versus the Spectre. Oh, fortunately Lucas moved back. because the AoE is so brutal. More and more elite cadre. Oh, and now we see Rocketeers mixed in. Basic anti-vehicle. Now Rocketeers can also be upgraded in Crystallized Doom with the EMP rounds if you're playing Technology Nod, which I really love. What's it? Oh, that was a Saboteur! Nice. DasDuelon tried to capture the buildings here with the Saboteur, but yeah, the Sabercut was having none of this. Ah, he got the Tiberium drill station. So fair enough. Oh, power down, that's what I was talking about. The power cores are like, they are such high yield power plants that it's actually a problem if you snipe them. Then Cabal only has another single power plant left, I believe. Yep. Exactly. So, yeah, but they provide 400 power. Oh, that's a push and a half. Let's see how this is gonna go. Probably Lucas targeting the War Factory. And these got a fair amount of cannon husks. Oh, the Spectre comes out just in... Oh, whoa, what a Spectre shell. The HE shells are so devastating. Ooh! Again, more, he needs to kite? Nope. Okay, now the War Factory is in peril. And cannon husk, the balancing got reworked recently a bit. So now the rifle infantry, like cannon husks for example, or the regular husks for example, don't do damage to buildings anymore, or very minimal. And the cannon husks on the other hand shred buildings. Ooh, the elite cadre are the perfect counter here. They're such good anti-infantry. I think they are going to win 6 versus like 10. Yep, they are indeed. Wow. They're so effective with their like high burst machine guns. Really low reload times as well. Another Spectre still being a nuisance here. Cabal Harvesters are not really well armored, as opposed to most of the other units of the faction. So they're really vulnerable to armor snipes, to Harvester snipes. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not expecting much more tech to come out of this game. It's mostly just a showcase of how the games are going to play out here. And I really like this game already. It's still got a way ahead of itself, unfortunately. It's gonna take a while. Oh, there is another War Factory out for Nod. DasDuelon having none of this. He wants to dispose of those, of the, whatchamacallit, Dreadfire workers. Wow, that is a Sabercut farm. That is a death trap just waiting to happen. If he ever feels like he's got the upper hand and pushes forward, Jesus Christ. You can't push into Sabercuts like this. They're just going to cut ya. Ooh, Harvesters exploding. So if Harvesters are loaded with Tiberium, the Tiberium yield actually may cause them to explode, which is an interesting mechanic in its own right. Yeah, well, DasDuelon not mining from the main base anymore, but the expansion got denied here for Lucas, so I think it's fairly even at that point in time. Oh, and the Saboteur capturing the Tiberium drill station right under the nose of the Sabercut, just outside of range. Outside of max range. Oh, the Spectre. Oh, it's targeting the War Factory. It could get so much more work done targeting the infantry blobs. Let's see. Ah, that was kind of a whiff. But no matter. Got flamer turrets. And Lucas calling the GG after most of his eco... Oh, his eco had been raided there. Yeah, he had no more eco. Wow, that was fairly interesting. And DasDuelon was about to take a 3rd expansion, so yeah. Ah, listen to this music, it's glorious. Alright. Yeah, you've seen a bit of a showcase of the basic units. Next week we are going to step it up a bit and we're going to bring in the big boys. We're going to give you some games that go into the late game, which is far more exciting and hypey. Also, this game has got amazing aircraft mechanics. So the way this works, there are dedicated fighter jets, bomber jets, and it's an entirely like different layer. Most anti-aircraft weapons, basic anti-aircraft weapons, can't even reach up into the skies to the fighters. They can. There are VTOLs or vertical takeoff and landings. Those are mostly the tier 2 fighter jets. Those can be taken out of the skies by basically any anti-aircraft weapon. But then there are the tier 3 jets, like the fighters and the bombers. Those can't be touched by non-basic anti-air. So Rocketeers, for example, no match for a Vertigo Bomber or Orca Bomber or whatever. So expect to see some of that, and also there is some really amazing micro involved into air battles, which you're hopefully gonna see next week. We are going to cast more of this. Stay hyped. Until then, see you next time. 5 Aces out.